Hello, good evening, viewers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I want to talk briefly about what happens when you go to jail. And I ain't say prison, I'm saying jail, Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was 18 years old, so when I went to Rikers Island, I was with the adolescents, and the adolescents is off the chain. A lot of people trying to prove themselves, a lot of people in gangs, so, you got to, like, ride out with your team still. I was in a gang myself. My gang wasn't the one that had the most numbers in there. So like I always had to be on my toes. And but another thing I realized was that like, the guards is also like in gangs too, and they with the shits too, and they beating up people and they doing a lot of corrupt stuff in there. But one thing that I also did when I was in there, I was reading and I was doing a lot of things. But that shit is a scary place though. Like, at times I remember there was like one time they didn't let us shower for like a week. They didn't let us shower or use the phones. Like they treat the adolescents way different than they treat the adults. Like they be trying to act like they are parents in there a lot of times. But yeah, it was a lot of crazy shit going on. Fights. People get cut. Like every day somebody had like a broken jaw. So I didn't really talk much to people. Easy way to break your jaw. You know what I'm saying? You arguing with people. Like I ain't arguing with nobody. Like if I knew we was gonna have a problem, we was gonna have a problem, and we was either gonna fight or whatever was gonna happen. Like, what I'm saying? But I didn't really talk to people. I didn't really play much with people. You can't really be befriending people like that in jail because people always have motives. People always do grimy shit, man. Like it could be the same people you be eating with. You just met them, you eating with them. It used to be this dude like I used to chill with. He used to get extorted, and what I'm saying, like, and then just to try to fit in, like, he just tried to like flip on me one time with like them dudes. What I'm saying? But like I'm never a slouch. What I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that to like kind of like glorify that in any way, but you just have to be. Jail forces people to become something that they didn't even know they had in them. It just makes you act in certain ways that you might not even want to act, but you're just trying to protect yourself. Kind of like the streets, kind of like living in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't that different. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to make it home, man. You just trying to do what it do. Like sometimes the guards let people jump you. Sometimes the guards got a problem with you. They'll get the whole house to smoke you. Like, what I'm saying? Like shit was crazy in jail, man. Like, but I navigated it. I was smart. What I'm saying? Like, and I always worked out. Always. I used to wake up. First thing I used to do in the morning when I used to wake up, I used to do push-ups. When I used to come back from school, I used to do push-ups. When I used to, like, after lunch, I used to do push-ups. Like, I always worked out. I always remained because I always expected an attack from, like, either the people that was in there with me or the guards. Like, I always expected it. And I think, like, yeah, like, you always got to expect it and be prepared for it, especially in jail, especially 18 years old in jail. Yeah, like that shit is crazy though. People stressed, they go into court. When they come back from court, sometimes they get bad news. They just punch somebody in the face. They just get into shit. It's a very stressful. You go into court, bullpen therapy. Bullpen therapy is, when you go to court and you sit in like in the basement of the courthouse for hours without seeing nobody. Sometimes your lawyer might come and let you know, like, look, I'm gonna call you upstairs in a little bit, or whatever the case might be. Sometimes you don't even get called upstairs. And then you got to go back to the island where there's a whole bunch of bullshit going on. Sometimes somebody get cut. They shut the building down. There's a lot of like frustrations that come with that shit, man. Like, but one thing I tried to remain sane through all of it, but I also was on my toes. Like I worked out. I also stayed away from a lot of shit. And my mans, a lot of my people in the streets did me wrong. So I was only repping the gang because it's like it was my pride. Like I was still young. I still had a lot of pride. I was like nobody gonna say I dropped my flag in jail, and that was just the case. But yeah, like it was tough, man. It was tough, but I used the most of it. I started to pray. I started to like trying to like find that connection. And this is before I even converted to Islam. Like I was still praying. I was reading the Bible and stuff. And I was still gang banging. So yeah, it's tough, man. But if you around the right people, you can grow. You know what I'm saying? Jail is also like a place where like you can meet good people, man. I met some of the realest dudes in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like real and official. That's not to say that people should go to jail, but even though I was going through all this shit, I still graduated. You know, that's like the best thing. I told myself so many times I wanted to like drop out of school, sign out of school or whatever, but I told myself if I don't get my GED while I'm in here, I'm not gonna get it when I go upstate. I'm not gonna get it when I go home. Like I just knew I was gonna get it if I didn't get it in there. And I made it my business. Like some days I was like, you know what? That's it. It's over. I'm signing out of school today. And then as I walk down the hallway and walk into school, excuse me, as I walk down the hallway walking to school, like I'm like, nah, I gotta get this shit, man. Like I made it my business to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, so there's a small level of growth that you can do in an environment, like not small level, but like there's some growth that you can do, but it's just too much, man. When people getting cut around you, people getting jumped, people jaws getting broken, searches, dehumanization. It's just a lot, man. Jail is a very nasty place, man. Like the guards got your life in their hands, and a lot. It's a place where you're shut off from people. Like you know what I'm saying. Like after a while, people stop sending letters. People stop visiting. People stop. They might still pick up their phone calls, but like it's a very very dark place for a lot of people. You know. So if you got loved ones, man, in jail, man, like, try to see them, try to send them letters, try to do like the small things you could do, man, because it's a forgotten place. But thanks for watching, man. Give me topics, like comment, let me know like feedback and stuff like that. I'm gonna be putting on more videos. But thank you. Make sure you subscribe too, man.